Imagine discovering that one of the most powerful lessons in life is to stop resisting and start accepting. What if the key to peace wasn't found in changing the world, but in changing how you respond to it? What if instead of chasing control, we chose surrender, and through that found real strength? This idea stands at the very heart of Stoic philosophy, where true resilience is cultivated not through domination, but through inner alignment. Though Marcus Aurelius never called himself a philosopher, his private writings in Meditations have become timeless guides within Stoic philosophy, offering clarity to those navigating a chaotic world. Rooted in Stoic wisdom, his reflections urge us to align our lives with nature not by force, but by understanding. Rather than wishing for events to go our way, Marcus advocated accepting the universe as it is, cultivating flexibility toward what's outside of us while maintaining discipline within. Despite this wisdom, most people still yearn for ease. We hope our surroundings will satisfy our emotional needs. We long for kind people, for success in our goals, for youth that never fades, and for a life untouched by suffering. Many wrestle with dissatisfaction toward their bodies or their natural talents, rejecting flaws instead of embracing them. Being human, especially today, often means wanting endlessly and accepting rarely. But the more we want from the world, the more we set ourselves up for disappointment. Despite our best efforts, we'll encounter cruelty, failure, pain, and the slow certainty of aging. If these inevitable hardships unravel us emotionally, we become enslaved to our circumstances. Marcus constantly reminded himself to accept fate exactly as it comes, urging a steady way of living that doesn't crumble under pressure. This reflection is part of a broader truth. It's far wiser to accept the universe than to resist or try to reshape it. For those curious to explore this way of thinking further, the book Stoicism for Inner Peace offers insights on how to remain calm and focused through life's storms. Consider a situation where someone makes a cruel joke at your expense, or worse, targets someone you love. How would a Stoic respond? Certainly not with rage or retaliation. Marcus trained himself not to exaggerate the importance of such events. The joke itself has no real power. It only wounds if we allow it. Emotions like anger or sadness don't come from the joke, but from within. On the topic of slander, Marcus once wrote, "Add nothing of your own from within, and that's the end of it." Human relationships are chaotic and people unpredictable. Some are virtuous, others deceitful. Some are helpful, others exploitative. Marcus understood that all people, regardless of their flaws or strengths, share the same human nature. And because of that, our role is to cooperate with each other, not oppose one another. Still, we often expect others to behave how we wish, forgetting that their actions are not ours to command. Trying to change people is often futile. Marcus cautioned us not to waste our time obsessing over others, as it only distracts us from our own purpose and peace. The same attitude of acceptance applies to the passing nature of life. Great thinkers, mighty empires, entire civilizations all fade to dust. Marcus compared children to leaves in the wind. They sprout in spring and fall in autumn, only to be replaced. He understood how quickly what once felt significant becomes forgotten. Even the most celebrated leaders and philosophers of the past are now echoes. As Marcus said, each of us lives only now, this brief instant. Our lives occupy a tiny corner of the earth, and even the greatest fame amounts to fleeting praise from those who barely know themselves, let alone the dead they honor. This awareness of life's transience can feel sorrowful. Isn't it tragic how soon death comes after birth? And so people cling to life, desperate to extend it unnaturally, searching for some mythical fountain of youth. But such resistance is futile. Our time here is short, and much of it is spent in decline. Yet there's beauty in that truth, because nothing lasts, nothing is worth worrying over. Marcus highlighted the hollowness of reputation, the fickleness of those who applaud us, the smallness of the world stage. The more we accept how little time we truly have, the more we treasure the present. For the Stoic, brevity is not a burden, but a reason to act now. Misfortune, too, is something we must learn to accept. We may hope for lives free of hardship, but reality offers no such deal. Adversity is inevitable, and if we resist it, we not only suffer from the hardship itself, but also from the expectation that life should be different. Many people brace themselves constantly against life's darker moments, hoping to avoid them altogether. And when illness strikes, or money vanishes, or storm clouds roll in, they complain and long for something better. Marcus rejected this way of living. Instead of praying for a life without suffering, he encouraged us to pray for strength to bear it. This idea is central to Stoic philosophy. Some things are within our control and others are not. Marcus taught that we should focus on what is ours to manage and let go of what isn't. Otherwise, we live like slaves ruled by fate. If our happiness depends on what we can't control, we'll always be at its mercy. Imagine fearing your partner might leave you and begging the universe to keep them. But Stoic cosmology teaches that all things come from the divine. Whatever happens is part of a greater plan, and our pleading won't change what's destined. That's why Marcus advised redirecting our prayers, not toward outcomes, but toward the strength to let go. He wrote, "Not some way to sleep with her, but a way to stop wanting to. Not some way to save my child, but a way to lose your fear." Even if a relationship ends, we still hold the power to build inner resilience. We can't stop people from walking away, but we can learn to accept what comes and even welcome it. If we embrace misfortune with courage, then not even the gods can hurt us. Just as vital as accepting pain is accepting change. Change is the very fabric of the universe. Nothing stays still, not the stars, not our bodies, not even our thoughts. Marcus described change as a natural, necessary force. Just like the body replaces its cells to remain healthy, nature replaces the old with the new to maintain harmony. Change is not merely the end of things, it is their transformation. Nothing is ever fixed. Even a stone in still water changes just more slowly than a speaking mouth or a racing heart. Some life forms last a day, others endure for thousands of years, yet none escape change. Everything is born from it, and everything returns to it. Without change, nothing could exist. Marcus wrote, "The world is nothing but change, and still we fear it. We cling to routines, to people, to emotions, hoping they'll stay the same. But the change we dread is already underway, we just haven't noticed yet. Every sunny day moves toward a storm. Every summer leans toward fall. Trying to freeze life is like holding water in your hands and expecting it to stay." Marcus captured this beautifully. Some things are rushing into existence, others out of it. We find ourselves in a river. Which of the things around us should we value when none of them can offer a firm foothold? Finally, Marcus spoke of accepting our very nature. Many of us resist how we look, our weaknesses, or the inescapable truth of aging and death. But he taught himself to be at peace with his body and his allotted days. He reminded himself of his place in the universe, not as its master, but as a part of its order. Some people are stronger, others more intelligent. While we can grow and improve, we are also bound by certain limits. We can spend our lives battling those limits, or we can nurture our gifts and use them wisely. What sets humans apart, the Stoics believed, is our capacity for reason. Unlike animals, we can reflect and choose how to act. Reason allows us to rise above instincts, to challenge destructive emotions, and to accept reality as it is. Marcus practiced this himself. People find pleasure in different ways. I find it in keeping my mind clear, in accepting and welcoming everything I see. Because we can reason, we can observe our desires, understand how they deceive us, and free ourselves from their grip. Rather than being dragged around by fate, we can choose peace by aligning ourselves with how things truly are. That's the promise of Stoic philosophy: liberation, not through resistance, but through deep understanding. Thank you for reading.